Hey guys, hopefully we are live. Let me actually put on, I guess the lighting is not too bad today. It's a pretty bright lighting, natural lighting. Hey guys, hopefully we... Oh, there's no commercial. Okay, so a lot to go over. Breaking news, if you haven't seen it yet, Ben has a new video called My Final Message. Thanks, Alex. We're going to watch the new video together. We'll probably give a little bit of time as when I made my video at 9 o'clock, that video was actually made before Ben released his video. So during that video, I was my video was based on what Ethan Klein has said. Thanks, Jules, is cool. So let's just take a listen to what Ben has said. And just get straight to it. So this is coming straight from the horse's mouth, right?
Episode 3 is finally finished after crazy all-nighters and basically destroying my health. But I can't post it or I will go to jail. And not only that, I will also immediately lose my lawsuit of $300,000, and the GoFundMe we made for Brian will go straight to this mystery company that I am no longer allowed to talk about.
That would be the Bricks and Minifigs mystery company. What's happening here is we review this law firm. We know all the players here, so if you've been following our content, you know we were prepped and ready for this. And then most interesting, what people don't talk about is in this restraining order, it also restrains not just Ben, but Brian Mizell, Victor Nguyen, and individuals 1 to 15, which would include Sheldon as well. We gave Sheldon a view. He's the one alleging that Bricks and Minifigs is trying to steal Brian Mizell's GoFundMe money, which is over $454,000 right now. So this is, again, something that Ben is concerned about. We'll go over this. Now, before we begin, this judge is very interesting. I don't think people know how interesting this judge is. This judge is currently, he's a brand new judge. Like, I couldn't believe it when I saw him. He is a brand new judge. Like, he's 2025. And the case that he was given was Charlie Kirk's case, murder case, on Tyler Robinson. So let me repeat this again. This is wild. This judge is not, he's not been a judge for 10 years, 20 years. He's been, hey, Jim Bomb. Yeah, thanks for working on this. Look forward to your comments. Yeah, we have a lot to say, and we have infinite time to say it. This judge is very, very weird for so many different reasons. So he is literally the judge in the Charlie Kirk murder. Let me repeat this again. Charlie Kirk, I believe, rest in peace, Charlie. You don't never want to see anyone murdered. But this is the judge. And not only is he the judge in that case, he's only been a judge for like less than a year. Maybe like today it's a year, but like he's like a new judge. Like I couldn't like understand, why would they give this guy the Charlie Kirk case? He's inexperienced. He doesn't really know what he's doing. So when you look at this, yeah, so he became a judge. Okay, he's slightly a year old, okay? Slightly, he's been a judge for slightly a year. And then you give him the most, so I've been trying to figure out, like, so he became a judge 56 days ago. So after he became a judge 56 days ago, he was given the Charlie Kirk murder case, which is a prosecution of Tyler Robinson, who is the alleged but kind of known. I mean, it's a pretty Simple. Okay, so 56 days into becoming a judge, and he's basically a year. Like, why is he being given like such high profile cases? Like, most judges in their entire lifetime are not really gonna. I mean, if you thought this case was like really interesting, right? Oh, so the question is like, what type of judge would have issued this? Well, he's a judge that was only a judge in May, so he has about a year experience being a judge, and 56 days into being a judge, he was given probably the most high-profile case currently in the U.S., which is the Charlie Kirk. And again, you would expect a case like the Charlie Kirk murder case. A, it's a murder case, and B, it's Charlie Kirk, right? Also a YouTuber. It's weird, right? I mean, you look at does he only do YouTubers? Does he only do YouTubers over 1 million subscribers or something? Is that the only... Yeah, if it smells weird, I'd assume something weird is going on. Yes, thank you for the $5, laughable Larry. Yeah, it's like, whoa. Like, you know, the first thing you Google this guy is like, he's only been a judge recently, and now he is handling 2 very high-profile cases, Reckless Ben, and then, of course, Charlie Kirk. But it's not really a clout judge because he gets assigned the cases. So he has no way to choose the cases. He's just getting assigned the cases. And if you want to see how he is dealing with the Charlie Kirk case, that might be very interesting. He is a Republican. And in May 2025, he was appointed by the Republican governor of Utah, which is Spencer Cox. So if you want to know if he's a Democrat or Republican, he is a Republican. We can ask if he's a Mormon. So last night, I was trying to figure out if he was a Mormon or not. And I couldn't figure this out. I couldn't figure this out with actual evidence. So again, you can't really trust Reddit unless, like, I see something where it says he didn't go, his background, so I will show you his background. His background is not that he's a Mormon. He didn't go to BYU. So BYU would be, like, a clear indicator he's a Mormon. And he actually really hasn't lived in Utah. So he went to, and again, his background is weird. He went to Salt Lake Community College. Went to University of Utah. Oh, Jim Bain, since there are 2 defendants in 2 or more states, how easy would it be to move the litigation to federal court? That's a very good question. I would say, like, people are saying move it to federal because Utah is, you know, here's the crazy part. The 4th District Court is federal. So, like, Utah State. Court. Let me double check to make sure that this is not something crazy going on. Okay, so it depends on the jurisdiction. Okay, let's take. Okay, so that's in Utah. I think it could be federal already. Oh, it's a state. Sorry, it's a state. Part of the Utah state system. So I don't practice law in Utah. It's Utah district. So it's not district court. Utah. What is the court? The 4th Judicial District Court. Oh, wow. Okay. So, yeah, this is Utah. So, this is, okay, confirmed. This is state. Utah State. I think it would be difficult. Because the damages, the incident location, everything kind of happens for this in Utah. So if the question is, did this happen in Oregon or Utah? These charges alone are for Utah only. And when they're going to Josh Johnson, he's Utah. So the plaintiffs are all in Utah. And what happened occurs in Utah, right? So the answer is probably no. I don't think they can transfer it to federal just because everything has happened to Utah. And in Utah, the arrests were in Utah, the jail was in Utah, the detectives, the police, this company, BAM, even though it's a Delaware corporation, it is headquartered in Utah. Amon lives in Utah. Matt lives in Utah. Josh lives in Utah, right? So the answer to that question is probably not. That it would be very, very difficult to go federal, in my opinion, just because. But it doesn't matter the defendants as much. It's like, where did the activity take place, right? Where did the activity take? Yes, it spread to Utah from Oregon, but Oregon, there are other charges in Oregon currently. So obviously they will try their best to move it to federal, and that would be the first thing a lawyer does. If Reckless Ben ever gets a lawyer, which we'll talk about a little later, they're going to try it, but you can expect full pushback from the Utah courts, right? You can fully expect that this court is not going to want to let go of this. And you can fully expect that this judge is not going to let go of this, right? So again, it's the same thing with Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk is not a citizen of Utah, right? Or from a state of Utah. What state? Okay, Charlie Kirk lived in Arlington Heights, Illinois. He did live in Utah. Did Charlie Kirk live in Utah? He lived in Arizona. So he's moved around a few different places, but yeah, so jurisdiction is always something that you question in the very beginning with a lawyer. Oh, let's finish up Ben's thing. I think we'll finish this up.
They sent court papers to my email, which I guess a judge approved for them that this was a valid form of service. And so now that I'm officially served, I cannot even mention this company or I will be in jail and everything. Normally I would be like, screw the big guy telling me what to do. I'm going to do what's morally right. But in this situation, if I do that, then all my friends get screwed with this lawsuit. And
yeah, correct. This is all his friends. Like, all his friends are part of this lawsuit. The server processor, the Mormon guy with the rubber ducks, all his friends are in massive. So like, it's not only Ben being reckless for. So I think, like, in Ben's head, like him being reckless. Let me turn on some lights. I think Ben being reckless for himself, he doesn't really care. But when it comes down to I think when Ben is being reckless for himself, he probably doesn't care as much. But when his friends, Brian Menzel, when all these other people are involved, now he's being careful because he does understand that his current actions right now will affect Brian Menzel, will affect Victor Nguyen, will affect Sheldon, will affect the server processor. Anyone who's helped him is part of this lawsuit. I can prove it to you. Let me read you what the lawsuit actually says. A lot of people don't actually know what the lawsuit actually says. Not the lawsuit, the TRO, temporary restraining order. So I think Ben is okay being reckless on his own, but when being reckless can hurt other people, then you know, again. So Sheldon too shouldn't really be making videos, right? Plaintiffs are entitled to entry of this temporary TRO, and co-defendants, again, these co-defendants, athletes, co-conspirators, employees, contractors. So even that one guy who was on the date, right? He could be sued as well. And in fact, he probably would be sued as well, right? And anyone acting in concert with them directly or indirectly in person. So this was a question my research team actually had was, could they also be sued? And I said, like, technically, yes, but, like, I don't think this judge has this much power. So the problem with this judge right now is very simple. This is a newbie. This judge doesn't have very much experience. He was only appointed May 2025. He essentially has a year experience. So when judges are new and he's actually been assigned an incredibly high-profile case, Charlie Kirk. The murder of Charlie Kirk, that is one of the cases he was assigned to 56 days in being a judge. So not even 2 months of being a judge, he already has potentially such a high-profile case, especially on YouTube, and now he picks up another one. It is weird. So this is not a judge who's been a judge for 5, 10, 20 years. This is not a senior judge. This is like one of the newest judges you could get to sign this. So when he writes this, I don't like the writing. I think this is shade. When we do stuff and we like give like lawyers grades and stuff, and we say, oh, this lawyer's good, this lawyer's bad, and we rank lawyers, we're like a tier list. I get criticized a lot. I thought Denon's lawyers wrote really good arguments. I liked their style. I thought it was very well written. I also believe that these guys here, right, attorneys for the plaintiff. So the judge had to sign off on it, and the judge did sign off on it. But these guys here, especially this guy here, has a lot of experience. So these guys are all Mormons. We don't know if the judge is Mormon or not. All we know about the judge is he could be Mormon because he went to University of Utah. So he had a bachelor's degree and a JD from University of Utah, which there are many, many Mormons there. In fact, one of the previous judges, what would happen if someone hacked Ben and uploaded it to a Russian video site? Ben is already viral. Thank you for the $4.99. That would still come on Ben to prove that he didn't hack, which is difficult. A lot of these issues stem from one concern I have, is according to everyone I've talked to, and according to all the sources we have, Ben still doesn't have a lawyer. So this message, I'm assuming, unless he got a lawyer last night sometime, according to Ethan Klein last night, there still was no lawyer for Ben. So Ethan Klein went on his H3 podcast last night, or yesterday. At that particular time, Ben did not have a lawyer. So is it likely he picked up a lawyer in like a few hours? Probably not. So this whole video is recorded where he may not have a lawyer, right? And we can talk about that. There's only one person we know of who is representing himself in court today. That would be Carl Jobs. Out of everyone I have studied the psychology of, and we covered Carl Jobs' psychology and how bad his $1.1 million legal team was, probably dozens of videos, right? According to Carl Jobs, we published dozens of videos. So if I understand Carl Jobs, then I can explain this mentality to you, okay? And we'll go.
We lose all the GoFundMe money we raised, like immediately. So I am no longer allowed to even mention this mystery company. My personal opinion is that this is unfair because this order was put on me because this company was telling the court that I was making bomb threats. I was planning on...
Correct. So there's a temporary restraining order on Ben. As soon as that comes down, a lawyer would argue that, hey, these facts are wrong. This is wrong. Ben didn't do this. Oh, hey, Jim. Yeah, Ben really needs several lawyers. Maybe the world's largest and best law firm. Yeah, so it's... Thank you, Jim. Yeah, he needs as many lawyers as he can get, but I'm going to explain to you why Ben doesn't have lawyers, because I get it from Carl Jobs. We've covered Carl Jobs for years now, and he's the only other guy who doesn't have a lawyer. Point blank, he's the only other guy who doesn't have a lawyer representing himself in court. And I know Carl's psychology. Carl is literally bankrupt. It's not defamation for me to say Carl is bankrupt. No, he's actually bankrupt, you know. So I think it comes down to money. All this money that was raised by Ben isn't for Ben. Like, I want you guys to understand, none of this money is for Ben. It's all for Brian and his father. So Ben is not like sitting on $500,000 of money. Ben is sitting on $0 of money. Can you point out that it's basically gag? Yeah, we can get over. So this is what the lawyer would do. The lawyer would be like, "This is against his First Amendment. This is a gag order." But if you want to appeal it, you have to try. Do you understand? You have to try. Like you can't like not have a lawyer and then be like, "Oh well, we lost because we didn't have a lawyer." Andrew says, crazy as this sounds, Israel is behind this. No joke. Pretty sure Andrew's making fun of a joke, a Denin's joke or a Hassan joke. Correct. But Ben is too unselfish to make his own go. All of this money is not a single dime is going to Ben. Okay? Not a single dime. So we'll continue watching. My belief is that Ben, he doesn't want to hire a lawyer because even though Legal Eagle has shown him some good law firms, the better the law firm, the more expensive the money. Okay, the better the law firm, the more expensive the money. What he needs is a pro bono lawyer. He needs a pro bono lawyer. So the law firm, so I have heard from the grapevine, because lawyers are lawyers. I have a very large LinkedIn, and I'm connected to many different lawyers, right? I heard through the grapevine that Legal Eagle's law firm, that I don't know if they do pro bono. They're pretty good law firms, but they don't do pro bono. Most law firms do not do pro bono. I'm going to tell you straight up. CoffeeZilla's law firm charges him 100 cents on the dollar to represent him. No matter how big of a YouTuber you are, how good of a Destiny's attorney, Brettler, charges him 100 cents on the dollar. Mizkiff's attorneys charge them $40,000 a month, according to Mizkiff. There has been no celebrity, Emaru's attorneys, Asmongold's attorneys, they all charge them full value. Oh, thank you, Ryan Smells Like Pizza. Love the channel. Thanks for the insight and breaking things down. Yeah, I'm trying to make things, like, loss means law understood simply, so I'm trying to make it simple. Also, here's $10, please. I have water now, so this is the $10, yeah. Yeah, $40K a month is insane, but that's the cost of law. So, like, what I'm trying to say to you is CoffeeZilla, huge YouTuber, got abandoned by his previous law firm because probably money issues. So then he had to go with a much, much less known law firm. So people don't know that. People still believe today that CoffeeZilla's lawyers are the the Sandy Hook lawyers, right? They're not. And they haven't been for many, many, many months, if not years. In fact, those lawyers that represented against Alex, I forgot his name. He does like that crazy stuff. He was saying like Sandy Hook was a conspiracy, and the parents, he got sued. Those lawyers left as soon as like they realized, oh, this guy probably. And then CoffeeZilla went with a much smaller law firm. Oh, maybe Andrew is serious. YouTube was made by blank and CI. I don't know if I can read that, Andrew. Lego propaganda videos. Now, bam. I don't know how serious Andrew is, but I guess thank you for the $5. Asmon has offered to speak with Ben behind the scenes to help with a lawyer or something. So, a lot of people say this. In fact, I can cite a guy. His name is Hassan. Remember, Hassan Piker said, hey, if I ever help with their fees, you're never going to know. If Asmon was going to help with the legal fees, I assume Ben would already have a lawyer, right? Andrew, Andrew keeps donating. So, okay, I'm not gonna read the donations anymore, but that's it. No, I don't doubt Asmon has spoke to Ben. I don't doubt that for a second. What I am confused though is he's speaking to Ben to pay for a lawyer? Is he speaking to Ben to pay for a lawyer? Why is he speaking to Ben? Is he going to pay for Ben's lawyer? That would be very generous, but I haven't heard that announcement yet, right? Yes, Legal Eagle is setting him up with a lawyer that costs money. No, like lawyers cost money. Most lawyers don't care about YouTube PR or most lawyers. The law firm that Legal Eagle is setting him up with isn't doing it for free. Ben has no money right now. All of this money is going to Brian. Yeah, pro bono means free. Like, we can just say free, right? No, the government. No, he doesn't need a government. He needs a lawyer. Like, he needs a lawyer. He needs both a criminal lawyer. Oh, Alex Jones. Yes, Alex Jones. Yeah, that was the guy's name. Like, you know how, like, you say you can't pay artists with clout? You need to find a artist who will take clout as payment. Let me repeat this again. You need to find a lawyer who doesn't care about money. No, but like clout, like, you know, like I used to be an artist, like back in the day. And like artists, like a starving artist, and all these lawyers are hungry. There's this, it was saying like a starving artist paid in what was it? A starving artist paid in influence will like die in winter or something. So a starving, there used to be a saying. There used to be a saying where it was like, you can't pay a starving artist in like promotion because the next time you try to pay them, they'll be dead already. So like, so what there's like a saying in the there's a saying for art where like you cannot pay a starving artist in like recognition. God, I wish I could say it because like you would say it all the time, right? Like so you cannot a lawyer to fight. First of all, yeah, the starving lawyer troop, right? First of all, good luck finding a lawyer who doesn't care about money. Oh, Legal Mindset would do it from Thailand. Yes. He'll zoom in from Thailand, you know, and I'm sure the internet connection is great. Oh, exposure. Yes, thank you. Somebody got it. So that's probably artist. You cannot play a starving artist in yes. So it's like yes, it's called exposure. So if you pay starving artists in exposure, they're just going to die in winter from exposure. Yes, that's correct. Okay, so that's the correct way. That's the correct way. Yes, if you pay a starving artist in exposure, the artist will die in winter from exposure. Because, like, you know, like cold exposure. That's what it was, right? That was what it was. Well, you know, like, think about this. Think about this. If an artist is not going to work for exposure, why would a lawyer, right? A lawyer went to law school, paid $250,000 to go through, had to take a bar exam, Probably massively in debt, right? So if an artist is not going to get paid an exposure, then like, if you can't even find an artist to be paid an exposure, then how the hell are you going to find a lawyer to do that? Because this is a full-time job. This case is very complicated, very difficult. Like, this will take up at least 25%. We don't have a law firm right now. Rack $20. I am in need of your consultation. I also in Houston. Oh, Houston, okay. Well, I don't do criminal. I only do copyright, Rack. If you need... Oh, DJ Rack. Okay, so... DJ Rack. Just send me... Can I send me an email? Yeah, send me an email. I'll take a look at it, but if not, I'll try to recommend somebody. This is a very, very, very... all the YouTubers are monetized. They make a shit ton. All the YouTubers made hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, covering Amber Heard. Like Johnny whatever, Johnny something, and then Amber Heard. Have you heard of that case, right? No. So, since you're attacking me, it's ad hominem, why don't you find a lawyer for Ben that will work for free for him in Utah? Go for it, my friend. Go for it. Go for it. Okay, you find me a artist that will paint me a mural in my new store, guys. Yeah, there's a lot of scam opportunities, yeah. You find me an artist... Oh, Johnny Depp. Yes, Johnny Depp. We're living in a post-Johnny Depp world where you can make a lot of money streaming. Hell, we made a lot of money streaming, right? This whole guy's like, oh, you can find artists that will do stuff for free. Okay, find me one. I have a lot of shit I can have an artist do. Okay, find me an artist who will do things for free, and I will give them so much exposure they will die of, exposure. No, Nick Reichert, no, he's not going to do it for free. Even Nick's not going to do it for free. This is going to take... again, you're fighting an uphill... You're doing a really difficult... This is a lot of hours, guys. Yeah, it's like free daycare. Guys, fuck it, find me a free daycare. I need one right now. Anyone going to find me a free daycare right now? Because obviously people in daycare should do it for free because it helps the kids, right? I mean, God, how absolutely insane is it for people to charge me for daycare? God, there should be some type of free daycare for the kids. For the kids. No, guys. It is going to be very tough. No, Emily Baker's not going to do it, guys. Dude, if a YouTube lawyer would already going to do it for free, they would already tell you on their YouTube channel. I will say this. I'll do it for free. I'm not a Utah lawyer, but if he wants somebody else on his team just to, talk to, I would do it for free, pro bono. But I'm not the lawyer he needs. I'm not the lawyer he needs. So I understand that I can't really provide as much value as a Utah lawyer or a Oregon lawyer. But, oh, thank you, Jim. Towards free daycare, yeah. Free daycare. You have to understand, most of these people, look, this is, let me show you this. This is the top lawyer, okay. This is the top lawyer of this is the big baddie, right? Let me show you this. This guy doesn't even have social media. Oh, fucking Denins. What? Oh, where's Denins? Oh, no. Where, Denins? Oh, Denins is offline now, so okay. I watch a lot of Denins now because he talks about me a lot. Yeah, if I was a simp for Denins, wouldn't I just, shit talk her and then eventually, get on her channel? And be like, oh, Denins, I was wrong about you. Oh, you're so amazing. great victory on Ethan Klein that has not been finalized. Oh, what's that talk? Oh, Denton Law. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So let me show you this guy. This guy doesn't give a shit about, where is he? Look, this is the head attorney, and then there's like 2 junior attorneys. This guy's LinkedIn doesn't even have a picture on it. Look. His contact on LinkedIn. So I click contact on LinkedIn, right? The mofo don't even have a picture. He don't, like, you understand, the best lawyers don't give a shit. I'm not, yes, Dangerous Collect, yes. I'm not one of these guys here. I'm not even my dad. My dad's a kick-ass lawyer. He doesn't have no YouTube. All the YouTube lawyers, we're doing YouTube because we don't want to do law. The reason I started my YouTube channel was because I didn't want to do pro bono immigration anymore. Right? Like, these law YouTubers, none of us have gone to Harvard Law or Yale or, okay, Yale doesn't have a law school. I keep forgetting. Dude, we're YouTubers because we don't want to do the law because it's really tough. Prior to this, I was at like deportation facilities helping people not get deported. That was tough, man. That was tough ass shit, pro bono. I don't want to do that no more. It was hard. I'd rather sit here in my comfortable chair in my 95-degree air conditioning. Look, these people don't give a shit. The best lawyers, including my dad's a very good lawyer. The best lawyers in the world don't give a shit. Look, they probably made him like a LinkedIn and he just doesn't use it. I bet you this guy's never even posted one time. Yeah, he's not even posted, like, he's not even posted one time on his LinkedIn. Dude, this guy is literally not going to spend his time on YouTube making YouTube videos, okay? My dad doesn't make YouTube videos. He doesn't even, I mean, he's got like a WeChat, but that's about it. No, so 75 guys, 75. I did 95. No, not, we're comfortable 75 degrees at home streaming. No, it's 75 guys, it's 75. I made a mistake. Dude, the very best lawyers are not fucking on YouTube live streaming. Myself included. The best lawyers, guess what the best lawyers are doing? They're in court right now. Right? No, 75 guys, 75 guys. No, it's 75 guys. I'm not going to respond to that, it's 75. My dad, he can't take, he needs Utah. You need Utah. You need somebody with Utah. A Utah license.
On murdering the...
Yes, they're either... Houston is really high. It doesn't get, like, even if you set your thermometer lower, it doesn't really get lower than 75. It just kind of... No. Law YouTubers are like... The reason I'm doing this is I'm bored and I want to explain the law and I'm pissed off at legal mindset, right? Yes, that is true. You would have to take another exam, a bar exam for Utah State.
The manager and employees, which obviously I didn't do, and you can see that in the footage. The only problem is I was not given a chance to share my side. The court just heard their perspective, not mine. So because I wasn't able to share my side...
So the reason Ben wasn't able to share his side is a lawyer would have responded to this. A lawyer would have responded to this and say, oh, hey, Ben, they sent us one of these. Do we want to, contest this with our own side? Right? Legal mindset goes east. Like, if you don't know go east, you don't know legal mindset. Go east. I find that's not, and I'm not going to go more than that. But yes, I made multiple videos about going east. I'm Asian. My wife is Chinese. I'm Chinese. I don't encourage people to go to Thailand to do certain things, right? Okay.
I'm now no longer allowed to talk about them, and
Yeah. So my AC broke a week ago. Remember, it broke that week. I remember I was talking about it. And I had to get a new AC. So my new AC broke a week ago. They still charged me $200 for plumbing. Nobody was like, "Oh, pro bono." No one's like, "Oh man, let me fix your AC for free, bro." Yes, Ben still has no lawyer. We'll get to that. So I don't know why the people are saying, "Hey, I do it for no. You don't do it for free." Yes, I made it.
That'd be it. So, yeah.
Yes. So the YouTubers that are helping him issued ex parte. Okay, Jim. Thank you. That's a good point. The YouTubers that are helping him are not really giving him money, right? Let me tell you, one of my favorite stories that made me love Taylor Swift. So I'm a huge Taylor Swift fan, right? Because of this. Because my wife is a huge Taylor Swift fan. She listens to pop music. She's a huge Lady Gaga fan as well. But I wasn't really a Taylor Swift fan until I heard this story. So Kesha is another artist. And people were saying, okay, so Kesha accused her producer of like SA. Thank you, Lindsay. I can't imagine how much money Ben made on all of these videos across his YouTube channel. I'm assuming it's not. Yes, it's still not enough for a lawyer. It's still not enough for a lawyer, right? Okay, so Kesha sued producer. Okay, producer. And then there was a very long battle over 10 years for SA, emotional manipulation, unfair. So, and then people were criticizing Taylor Swift for like not like speaking out to Kesha about Kesha and stuff. Oh, like power to Kesha. But Kesha actually donated $1 million to Oh, she didn't donate $1 million. Oh shit. She only donated $250,000. I thought that was $1 million. Okay, well, she did donate some amount of money. And when so people were criticizing Kesha on not speaking out. But she actually donated. It turns out to be $250,000. And Kesha was like, "Yeah, fuck, give me the money." Like you got, prayers and thoughts don't really mean very much, right? Oh, I'm gonna put you in contact with my lawyer friend who's gonna charge you $10,000 retainer. I'm gonna put you in contact with Asmund Gold, and Asmund Gold will have some good advice for you, right? So, okay, so then, no, I don't need generator. Okay, yes, that actually, the AC is fine, guys. The AC is fine. I'll think of the generator. I don't really think about generator until, like, wintertime. I don't buy stuff in advance. I buy things as, as other people buy them, but yes. Like, people are saying, oh, wow, I'm going to help him. I'm going to help him. And it's like, okay, why does he still not have a lawyer? Okay, so if Bruce Rivers is going to help, where's the help? Did anyone donate money to him? Is anyone going to pay his legal fees, right? Like, look, they don't even think this money. So let's remove $100K from this. $354,000. They don't believe even Brian, and Brian actually has a deal on the table. Bricks and Minifigs has given Brian a deal on the table right now. I think Ben needs free representation. I think he needs a pro bono lawyer. Ben doesn't want to. Ben is very selfless. No, yeah. Not selfish. Ben is not selfish, and I think he doesn't want to fund a lawyer. But according to Bricks and Minifigs, they're ready to deal with Brian Menzel. Where's that? Crystal Gorman, They're ready to settle with Brian, not Ben. Yeah, hopefully, Ben realizes he does need a lawyer, but what can you do, right?
Then we've got, what else we got here?
This is
We have an
Ethan.
exclusive deep dive
Shout out to Ethan.
on your boy, Reckless Benjamin.
Yeah, boy.
Actually, I guess I shouldn't say I spoke to him, but I heard through the grapevine, and I won't reveal my sources. And he wouldn't be allowed to say this because...
So, Blaze, I believe that too. But I think in Ben's mind, so we've studied this before. In Ben's mind, the reason that he didn't do a GoFundMe is he wants all the money to go to Brian. Christopher says, the real problem is that lawsuits cost too much. Any thoughts on how to actually fix the system, or is just an inherent problem with the law that can't be fixed? It's the people. It's the lawyers themselves. Let me explain. I went to law school, and my first day of law school, they put you in little law firms. Yeah, let me show you the little law firm that I got put into. I don't know if I should do this or not. Probably not. Okay, but anyway, one of the people I met my first day of law school was generally like all about pro bono. I want to help people. I care about people. Because then everyone introduces themselves, right? And says like, why are you like in law school? And I'm like, dude, have you seen the economy? This is back in like 2009. You know, I can't get a Wall Street job. That's why I'm here. And then her explanation was, oh man, it is so awesome. You know, the law, I love the law and I love helping people. I want to be a prosecutor. Prosecutors are paid very little, at least initially. And she was like saying, and I believed every word she said. I thought this was, wow, this person is like going to like change the law one day. As soon as she got like an internship at a good law firm, all she cared about was money. All she talked about was money, 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 right? How much money she got in stipend, how much money the law firm could pay her. So she went from talking about like how amazing the law and beautiful the law was and how she wanted to change the law to help people who can't afford lawyers and how she believes in justice. And everything she said the first year sounded like that. I was like, wow, this is a real lawyer. I was like, wow, you know, I'm standing near a real lawyer. And then like after the first year of law school, then it became all about like, how much money can I make? Yeah, once you get a taste of that lawyer money, you ain't going to go back. You ain't going to go back. Yeah, but I believed. I was like, wow, this is the type of person that will make our society better. This is the type of person that will change. And you know, I really believed her story. Could you or another YouTuber start a legal GoFundMe? Yeah, I could do that. If Ben called me today, I would set him up right now. And obviously, I would put in trust for only Ben. Yeah, like politicians. Exactly like politicians, guys. There are so many jobs, like what I'm describing, where like before you actually do the job, you have like a very beautiful way of like, but as soon as then you get your paycheck, you're like, oh shit, there's paycheck, right? So yeah, lawsuits cost millions of dollars, but why? Because the lawyers cost millions of... Okay, Carl Jobs versus Billy Mitchell. The entire lawsuit maximum was $400,000. Carl Jobs paid his lawyer $1.1 million. Billy Mitchell paid his lawyer $1.1 million or more dollars. You're talking about lawsuits in the millions of dollars. $1 million plus, right? And where did all the money go? Oh, it went to legal fees. That was only their legal fees. Only the legal fees. Like, you know, every lawyer is a lawyer. Good luck convincing... Again, in my story, where like I can show you a picture of her. Like, see, in the picture, like she changes too. She's kind of dressed kind of like JCPenney style in the beginning, and then the second year, because we're still part of the same fake law firm, she has like a suit and like, you know, has like Brooks Brothers suits and stuff, and she's wearing. So like it went from like her like dressing like she worked at JCPenney's, right, to like her like dressed up like, you know, like really nice. Yeah, many politicians are lawyers. That is true. So I'm like, whoa, what happened? You know, like, the second year, yeah, the second year I'm sitting next to her in class, because if you're part of a law firm, you all, like, attend the same class together, right? And I'm like, whoa. Like, you know, like, she's all in suits and stuff, like, so I'm dressed in, like, you know, what I dress like now today, like, pretty much a t-shirt and jeans, right? That's how I always dress, because I'm, like, an entrepreneur, franchisee, something like this. And, my dude, it went from JCPenney's to, like, you know, that's crazy.
Apparently, a judge granted Bricks and Minifigs a restraining order against Reckless Ben.
Wow.
So he cannot post part 3 or even talk about them at all.
No, I'm not wrong, because there is a restraining order. It is legal. Like, the argument that this is not legal is stupid. Ben actually admits that he is literally not publishing part 3, where he gave his sweat, he gave his tears. Wow. Thank you for the 20. I consulted a lawyer for civil insurance, and they wanted cost plus 50. Okay, so here's, yes, that very good point. Everyone's saying, oh, just do it on consignment, or not consignment. Just do a lawyer who'll take no, they still want cost. Do you guys understand that cost of a lawyer, the cost, which is court fees, filing, all this stuff. Reckless Ben has already recognized this. He literally says, this is a real thing. So, like, everyone's like, oh, diversity, oh, he's California. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's a real paper, guys. Right? So, yes, contingency, correct. Ristic Siphon is like, he's killing it. Like, Ristic Siphon is, like, killing it right now. Yes. Like, people don't understand that in a contingency model, you still pay a shit ton of money. So a contingency model is, okay, I don't pay an hourly fee, but I pay cost. So if they need an expert witness, there's another $10,000, $15,000. They need another expert witness, that's another $10,000, $15,000. Minimal $10,000, $15,000 for an expert witness. Like, what people are not understanding right now is even if they take it on contingency, it's still going to cost $50,000, $60,000 in just fees, cost. So when a lawyer takes your case on contingency, they're not taking it on pure contingency. Most lawyers take it on, I'm going to get 30 or 50%, and I want you to pay all the cost. I'm just going to work for free. But whenever I need to get a court document off LexisNexis, whenever I need to buy something off, get some records or something, that's going to be billed to you. Oh, Taylor says, I can afford an expert witness, but not a lawyer. So contingency might make sense to you, but moonsification, yeah. They consulted a lawyer for civil and insurance. They wanted cost. Cost can be very high. Plus 50% recovered. That's contingency. That is contingency, guys. So, people think contingency is free. Oh, man, these guys are great. They're doing it for free. They're doing it on contingency. Yeah. Yeah, first of all, there's nothing they can get from... Like, if you're going to be Ben's lawyer, like, what are you going to countersue on? Like, what is the contingency that you would even get? So any lawyer coming into this knows that there's not really a good chance for Ben to get contingency. So therefore, they're not going to take the case. Ben needs 2 lawyers. He needs a civil lawyer and a criminal lawyer. North of $1 million for both. North of $1 million for both. Easily. And Ben needs the civil lawyer today and needs the criminal lawyer yesterday. So again, yeah, I go back to the story. I tell this story all the time to people, and they don't believe me. Like, I met generally probably one of the most honest people who love the law. And she didn't. Oh, wow. Thank you for the $20 dono, Jim Bain. If you can find a lawyer that's not greedy, tell Ben. Okay, public defender option is interesting. Public defender option is very interesting. It is very random. It's very random. Yes, but also, yeah, good point. Good point. Yeah, thanks, Jim, again. I wouldn't trust any public defenders. Yeah, so the public defender would be coming from the Utah court and will likely be Mormon. Chris, he is representing himself. He is representing himself. Yeah, the best case to look at is the Carl Jobs and Billy Mitchell case. And now and the previously Billy Mitchell versus Carl Jobs case. A public defender is going to be a wild card. I know some pretty kick-ass public defenders. But not many. And it's going to come from Utah. Yeah, let's continue on. We haven't watched many videos.
Oh.
Ben.
That is such a shame.
So, like, they found a fucking scumbag, corrupt judge to greenlight this, right? It's so outrageous. And now we can't even put out his part. Apparently, he according to sources, he will go to jail if he posts the video.
Can he
Okay, pause. A lot of lawyers want to get out. I'm helping Ben. But when it actually comes to the lawsuit and it comes to 4 years, and remember, you can't talk about this. You cannot talk about this. So you don't really get the clout. You don't really get Ben making a video with you. You cannot talk about your lawsuit. So, like, you'd only do a pro bono for 4 years. And not with the expectation there is nothing in return. Because that could very well be.
And, like, to your knowledge, like, announce that?
I don't believe so.
Wow.
He can't even announce it.
Can't tell people. Wow.
And according to sources, he's looking for an attorney, but still hasn't got one. And I'm like, bro, why are you not getting an attorney now?
Yes, so, like, none of these YouTubers are going to do it. Because, like, I love Reckless Ben, but eventually it's going to get less popular, and eventually we'll move on. So, I'm telling the truth as a YouTuber who streams now, and who's been streaming for 4 months. No matter how passionate you are about a topic, eventually you have to move on to another topic. So that lawyer would be doing all this without that lawyer will actually be advising Ben, hey, don't make any more videos. Don't talk about bricks and minifigs anymore. For somebody to pro bono this for 4 years or 2 years or how long it's been. Yeah, and if they lose, the pro bono would be for nothing. It's easy for me to say this, right? It's easy for every YouTuber to say, oh, Ben, I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you. But it is far harder. How many YouTubers said they're going to help CoffeeZilla? Pause. Stop. How many YouTubers said they were going to help CoffeeZilla? We're setting him up with a lawyer, helping him with fees, right? How many YouTubers made videos, including myself, about CoffeeZilla when Logan Paul sued him? Do you know how many people actually helped him? Not a single one. CoffeeZilla, in fact, lost the clout chasing law firm, the Alex Jones law firm. He lost that in about 2 weeks. That Alex Jones law firm was like, hey, we're doing this for clout. Where's the fucking this clout? And then they left. And then CoffeeZilla had to hire a small law firm in San Antonio, very small. Not super experienced. I love CoffeeZilla. So CoffeeZilla has what? 4 times the subs as CoffeeZilla? Oh no, a lot of YouTubers wanted to help. It was big news. I knew because I covered it well. Oh, $5. Christopher, civil case 2 options, pay $1 million in the attorney fees, go bankrupt. That's exactly what Carl Jobs did. He literally went bankrupt, paying $1.1 million in attorney fees. Let Bam win, pay $1 million bankrupt. So might as well go. Yes, Christopher, you're describing this individual called Carl Jobs. And the reason that he's representing himself now is previously he chose option 1. Previously, he chose option 1. He paid his lawyer $1.1 million, or Australian dollars, and he lost, and he went bankrupt. And now he is self-representing himself. Now he's per se. And we make fun of him all the time because he had no idea what he's doing. Yes, he's pulling a Carl Jobs. That's exactly what's happening here for so many different reasons.
Ow.
Yeah.
But he said it's done. Or, I mean, my source said it's done. My source says it's done. Part 3.
Wow.
But he can't post it.
That's a shame. I know a lot of people were excited for that.
I was one of them.
Yeah.
Because I inquired my source. I said, yo, when's Part 3 coming?
Yeah.
And my source says, I can't because I have a restraining order.
Your source can't.
Your source.
No,
So,
he said.
so I think the source is Ben, because he's like, the source says he can't.
I.
Oh.
Wow.
So my source says I should announce it because he can't.
They can't.
They can't.
No, he didn't do he's cis.
Dan chose a good time to walk next door.
He's cis, Nate.
Well, we should keep your source anonymous and say they.
It is. I never use the name. They, but he's straight, bro. He's not. Or I mean, he's not. He's cis. Not, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the source is obviously Ben, guys. It's Ben.
All right. So that's really a bummer, and I hope he just gets a fucking a lawyer. Stop.
Yeah, with a good lawyer, I think this will be a fight. I think Bam wants to fight. Bam wants to fight. This is going to be a fight for at least 2 to 4 years. But with a good lawyer who actually practices the law every day, yeah, I think he has a good chance to win. Like we go back to Scott. Like we have a lot to cover today, but we have a lot of time. There's another channel I want to cover, and it's so this is a judge. he's a newbie. The judge is a newbie. It'll be easy to brainwash him, right? Brick by brick. So we bring the newbie judge, and then we brick by brick him. In our little thing, right? Oh, so I like Scott Schaffner, but I think the argument. Okay, so YouTube. So this guy's been trying to like go hard at Ben. I think we have to cover this. So not everyone is a Ben fan, if you can believe this or not. This guy's probably Ben's like biggest critic, And like he has, oh, Reckless Ben admits he's wrong. Reckless Ben lied. You're going to need a good lawyer because he has lied about certain things, misrepresented them. He has broken certain minor crimes. Okay? So this has to all be acknowledged and has been done in a very tasteful way for the judge. But yes, I think a good lawyer could win. Yes, Scott is like that, but that's what these guys are going to do. That's what the opposing. You have to understand, the opposing side is going to do what Scott has done. Do you understand? Yes, he's a contrarian, but I'm saying like everything Scott has said about Reckless Ben isn't false. It's technically true. And that's why this case is going to be very, very difficult. Because the opposing side has a lawyer who is going to say exactly the same things Scott has said. So I think if any lawyer wants to, like, for a good legal lesson, I do want to watch both Scott's videos. I don't know if we have time today. But it is interesting because I just continue on.
Stop messing around without legal representation, man. By the way, I sent
Let's go.
a video this morning, speaking of figs.
So again, this is from 23 hours, less than an hour ago. The source told him he still doesn't have legal representation. So it is very unlikely the video that he made today, he talked to a lawyer, right? So let me repeat this again. It's almost certain that he today does not have a lawyer. Unless there was that window where he could have picked up a lawyer, but if he wanted to, he could have picked up a lawyer much earlier than this. So according to Ethan Klein and his source, which seems to be Reckless Ben himself, it's very much implied that Reckless Ben is his source. He still doesn't have a lawyer.
Legos and Minifigs of the former owner of that franchise talking?
Let me find that.
Sent it just... That's a good point. I wonder if I can post part 3.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, what if it leaked on your channel?
Let me check with my source on that.
Yo, now Ethan's saying, what if it leaks on my channel?
My source would probably work it out.
The source being Ben.
I'm gonna ask him though. Or I'm gonna ask my source. Can someone else post it?
No, Ben doesn't have a lawyer, because if Ben had a lawyer, it would be in the docket, and we have access to the docket. Yeah, Goosey, yeah, stop incriminating Ben. No, let me repeat this again. If Ben had a lawyer, within a few days, the lawyer's name would be known in the docket. Currently, there's no docket. There's no mention of Ben's lawyer in the docket. Therefore, he has no lawyer.
Can someone else post that?
Hope everyone had a beautiful weekend.
Thank you, Zach. I did. Except the AC went out at our park.
Oh, AC went out.
Made a great documentary about it, and it has blown up. I know you wish you'd done your makeup before that clip that's in the video, but I think you look great. And look, you even got a Lego version of yourself. That's a little unfair. I'm just flirting.
I just sped it up a little bit. Does that bother you? Kind of slow talking.
It's fine. I'm still getting it.
Right. If you guys hate it, just say so.
It's fine with the subtitles.
Oh, God damn it. Who's this asshole?
If you're a business funding coach and you're ready to dial in
You're a business funding coach. Fucking Instagram. God, I hate Instagram. We don't use... Do we have an Instagram? I don't know. I have to talk to my team. Yeah, what is this stuff? I just went to like a commercial break? Okay, whatever. Okay, we have more stuff to cover. Don't worry. We have more stuff to cover. We have a lot to cover today.
Ben, are you?
Oh, thanks for the $4.99. Ben also has to pay. Oh, here's an interesting part. Ben also has to pay expensive lawyers. If they're stealing $200K of Legos from the elderly, they might not have as much money as they portray. Correct. Unless all the lawyers are Mormon and they're doing it for free. Remember, I never said, so all free Mormon lawyers are Mormons. At this point in time, the Mormon church is under attack, right? People are saying Mormon Mafia. Oh, the Mormon Church is doing this. Mormon Legos, right? So, it is very interesting. There are Mormon conspiracies out there, right? Would it? Oh, we do have an Instagram and Twitter. Okay, I know we have a Twitter. I was asking about Instagram. Do we post on Instagram? I've never seen our Instagram before, so I don't know. Right? So again, could these guys be doing it at a discount? Okay, no, let's not email him. Could they be doing it at a discount? Yeah, so I should have known from this little thing here. It was the state of Utah. Duh. Okay, so could they be doing it for less money? Have you seen the interview on Echo-based form? Oh, yes, we have seen that interview. Thank you, most significant. Yes, we have the interview here. We just haven't got to it yet. So the guy's called Last Relic, and he was in chat yesterday. Right? Why is in chat? Yes. Last Relic is very anti-Disney and perhaps anti-gay, I guess. And Ben's criminal case, it was reported he was pro. Yes, correct. The saying says if you represent yourself, you have a fool as a client. Correct. So if Ben had a lawyer, he couldn't say his pro se. It would just have his lawyer's name there. So in Ben's criminal case, where you can actually argue, this is a civil case, by the way. You can make the argument. Is this civil? Yeah, you can make the argument that if no, we actually haven't covered it. We were supposed to cover it, but we got like busy. So we're going to cover it. Yes, we will cover it, but thank you for the $20. I mean, okay, so we'll click here. Is that where we're clicking? Oh, yes, we'll click here.
And are you doing this all by yourself, or are you represented by anybody who's giving you, advice?
All by myself.
Or anything?
All by myself. All by myself, Ben says. This is 3 days ago, by the way.
Everything's myself, which is why the ideas are so stupid, because I thought of them.
After everything that's happened, are lawyers reaching out and trying to?
Oh yeah, no, I'm getting reached out by like literally the best lawyers in the United States, and I'm gonna take them on for these now criminal defense things, and I think I'm suing the police department for civil rights for all my friends that got arrested, like unjustly, because they literally did nothing, and so I think I'm gonna get them lawyers, but up until now, it's just been all me, which is why the ideas are very stupid, and because no lawyer would ever recommend what I did.
What are you currently facing criminal charges?
Oh, a bunch, yeah.
So what are you facing?
The first one is stalking when we tried to serve court papers. The second one is stalking when I made the GoFundMe. They couldn't get me for.
Oh, wow. They have him stalking multiple times. I did not know that. I thought it was one charge of stalking, but it seems like they have multiple charges.
Stealing the Legos, because obviously they stormed my house. There was no Legos. They tried to get me.
You were accused of that at one point. You were accused of you being the one to steal the Legos?
Yeah. And so
Lego, sorry. I found out that it's not Legos. It's Lego. That's the plural. I found that out.
Yeah, I just found that out too. Like.
Oh, is the GoFundMe locked up now, seeing as they are going after too? Can you set up a new GoFundMe explicitly for the court case? Ben should have his own GoFundMe. Okay, Maddo King, Mormons getting together to help each other like a mafia to fight against a Mormon mafia allegation. Yes, exactly, Maddo King. DZTYY. So I want to show you something right now. This GoFundMe, none of it goes to Ben. And they don't have it locked up, and they're still raising money right now. All of this GoFundMe goes to Brian and his family. So Ben does not have his own GoFundMe right now. This is Ben. He's, I think he's such a nice guy that he doesn't want to start a competing GoFundMe because he wants Brian and his dad to get as much money as possible. That's my belief, right? I think what would happen is if Ben had a GoFundMe, people would just stop donating to Brian. right? Money is you only have so much money, right? So, yeah. So let's continue and watch Ben talk about his criminal charges.
Like,
Yeah, I always thought it was
I
Legos.
was pointing Legos the whole time also.
Yeah, but you were accused of that at one point?
So yeah, search warrant to search my house for stolen Legos. Obviously, they search the house, find no Legos, and then they just arrest everyone inside. Which all the people that were inside didn't have probable cause to arrest them. They're just in a house. So if you search a house, that doesn't give you probable cause to arrest everyone in the house. You know, maybe you could say I deserved it because I created this GoFundMe. I thought the GoFundMe was legitimate. You know, like this guy has Legos stolen. Let's just get the money back. But I guess in the state of Utah, they don't like it when you reimburse stuff like money for someone who got their stuff stolen. And so I'm doing criminal charges for the GoFundMe. And then
So there are criminal charges for the GoFundMe, which sounds like they're trying to take it. Oh, Interfexus. By the way, the Latter-Daily Saints podcast spoke with Ben from a Mormon perspective. They're also on Ben's side, and they're coordinating. Yeah, so good point. It's not every Mormon, just like it's not every Chinese person. It's not every, Republican. Like, it's just that the, I guess the lawyers, the police, the judge, it seems like something's not quite right. So again, it's not every Mormon. There are plenty of Mormons who do support Ben. I think Ben needs his own GoFundMe for his own legal fees. But I think the reason he hasn't done so is because he doesn't want to take money away from Brian's GoFundMe. Should it raise $500,000, then it kind of just ends. Would that be a good time for him? Yes, I think that would be a good time.
And then I have, so that's in American Fork, but I'm also getting charged in Provo for extortion. So after I basically...
Provo, I think, is also Utah, right? So there's 3 criminal charges: stalking because of the GoFundMe, and extortion.
Just talked to the CEO, like, hey, can we please have the Legos back? You know, I was pretty nice to him. And then he calls the police department and says that, I swear, guys, coming out in the video and like...
So, he's still thinking he's going to make a video at this point in time. So at this point in time, he's still thinking the video will come out. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to come out unless it's hacked or something like that.
4 or 5 days, he calls the police department and says, Ben said, if you don't give the Legos back right now, I'm going to burn down the entire building and I'm going to shoot everyone inside. And...
Okay, so that's very serious, and that kind of explains that claim. So the Alban McNeff from his corporate office, I think in Utah, Provo, Utah, calls the police and says that accuses Ben of saying that he's going to shoot everyone in corporate Lego unless Brian gets his Lego. That's a very, very big claim. Now, does Alman have any evidence of this? Probably not. But, like, obviously, if you tell the police this, it is, huge. Right? So if the police hear this and they believe this, then yes, they are going to arrest you. So this seems like a clear lie from Amon. But, again, it's a very extreme thing that is being accused.
Calls the police department and says that, I swear, guys, it's coming out in the video in like 4 or 5 days. He calls the police department and says, Ben said, if you don't give the Legos back right now, I'm going to burn down the entire building and I'm going to shoot everyone inside. And
so Amon has accused Ben of saying, I'm going to burn down the entire building, which is corporate, and shoot everyone. Like, obviously, this is a false report. But if the police believe it, and that's all they need, all that has to happen is police believe it. Oh, Laughable Larry, thank you for the $10. I'm curious what you think Ben's chances are of winning this case, and what do you think Bam's reputation? I think Bam is done. I talked to a Bricks and Minifigs franchisee in Houston, and they're just sick of it. They're sick. Their whole business model is a franchisor business model. Like, at this point in time, when you're actively damaging the brand, he told me that he's not going to pay the 6%, the 7% this month. and he's just going to see what happens. So I don't think BAM will survive. I think BAM will absolutely... So BAM has 300 stores now. I think half the stores are going to close. Yeah, Ristic Siphon, it sounds like from the very get-go, half the 300 stores are already in, like, financial difficulty. And now you bring this onto them, they're not going to survive. So that's part one. Oh, breaking news. Okay, we got breaking news. Let's go to Goosey for the breaking news. I wish Goosey had, like, a microphone. Oh. Billy Mitchell has filed a motion to... talking about Carl Jobs. And remember, Carl Jobs is representing himself. Like, if we weren't doing Reckless Ben, this would be what we would be doing. This would be, like, huge breaking news for us. Oh, Jim, thank you for the 5. American Fork, Utah, and... Utah County, yes. Utah County, where everyone is 85 to 90% Mormon. So, Billy Mitchell has filed a motion to dismiss by Carl... I wish we had time to cover all this stuff. But yeah, this is Goosey. Goosey is part of our research team. We would not be here without Goosey. Shout out to Goosey. Shout out to Alex. Ristic Siphon has really done a lot of heavy lifting when it comes to this. But for everything else, everything Goosey's the Goosey doc. We'll be back. I know eventually we'll stop covering Reckless Ben, and we'll go back to like this stuff, which is really interesting. So, Carl Jobs has, name of party and attorney, Carl Jobs. Right? And Carl Jobs says he doesn't want a magistrate judge anymore. He wants a district judge. So this is actually a big, yeah, we'll see what happens with this case. We'll have, like, a lot, Ms. Kiff, Carl Jobs, Denon, Snark. You know, like, we're at 1K. Let me unveil the... We're at 1K right now. If we cover Billy Mitchell, we'll be at 200. If we cover Denon's or Snark, we'll be at 300. Because the demand for Reckless Ben content is so high, it would be very silly for us not to every single day just talk about what happened, talked about what happened. But there are so many other interesting things going on. It's just like, we have to do this. Like, we as a live streamer on YouTube, right? No, we have to do it. We have to do it. There's like, the numbers are like really... Like, once you look at the numbers, they're like, you know...
I literally gave the police department the entire raw footage of our entire interaction. There's nothing like that in there, and they're still charging me for that. And that one's a felony. It's a Class B felony they're getting me for.
Yes,
so,
So they're charging quite a bit. I thought it was just one stalking charge, but it looks like there's a ton... Oh, Corgis and Boba. Thank you for the 5 gifted. Thank you so much. Corgis and Boba, he's a real one. He's one of the OGs. He started with us very early on, or very, very early on.
I don't know what's going on. I guess we'll find out in court. That's gonna be exciting, but yeah.
By the way, as we're talking about all this, do you regret...
Okay, let me tell you something. I know Ben is screwed. Because... You know who else was really excited to go to court? Carl Jobs. Carl Jobs was so excited to go to court because he thought he was going to, like, win or change the law, and then he just got smacked on his face. Carl Jobs lost the maximal he could lose. The judge hated Carl Jobs. His own lawyer, who he paid $1.1 million, didn't even understand his case. His own lawyer got the timeline for the most important part of his case wrong. On day 7. So when people say, I'm excited to go to court, those people have never been to court before. So, God bless Ben. I love Ben, but holy... Yeah, thank you, Jim. Thank you for the $10. God bless Ben, but, like... no one should be excited to go to court. And the last time somebody said, I'm excited to go to court, they lost everything. Lost every claim they lost. The judge hated their guts. In fact, the judge made fun of Carl Jobs, saying that he was trying to slay Billy Mitchell the Dragon and his lance broke, making fun of his, genitalia area. Right? Because it got, soft. The lance got soft when it went to slay the dragon. Like, it got so bad, the judge literally was making fun of Carl Jobs. And Carl Jobs, the #1 fan, had to say, oh, the judge is wrong, and he's the most clueless judge ever, right? That was the last time I heard that statement. I'm excited to go to court. No. Ben is in trouble. He's in trouble right now. Because that statement, the last time I heard anything remote to that statement, that guy got flayed.
And that one's a felony. It's a Class B felony they're getting me for. So I don't know what's going on. I guess we'll find out in court. That's gonna be exciting, but
I guess we'll find out in court. That's exciting. No, that's why you have your lawyer tell you what's going on so you can have a defense in court. So you don't go to court to find out what's happening. You go to court to defend yourself. Because court assumes you already know what's happening. Thank you for the $10 monstification. If band goes bankrupt before the civil lawsuit is over, how does that play? Oh, so if they go bankrupt, they just don't pay. And the plaintiff can just drop it, So that is interesting. So what if the plaintiff goes bankrupt? I never thought about, I'm thinking about the defendant going bankrupt, like Carl Jobs. But what if the plaintiff is bankrupt? Well, according to Carl Jobs, if the plaintiff is bankrupt, he can still sue. So actually, no, we know the answer to that because we know Carl. Carl Jobs is bankrupt and he's still suing Billy Mitchell as we speak. So yes, nothing will change. I think it will just continue on monstification. Because we actually have a case of a bankrupt plaintiff suing. and there doesn't seem to be any pushback on that.
By the way, as we're talking about all this, do you regret jumping in on this? I mean,
no, this has been awesome.
Repercussions. Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah, again, I'm not going to show the Fox News because I know they're going to copyright strike me, but I'm going to read this. Amon claims Crystal went rogue and significantly underpaid Brian. So that's Amon's claim, CEO. How can corporate protect its franchisees? Oh, God. This is what my franchise, this is the guy I talked to. He's like, dude, I don't get it. The more you attack Ben, the more it hurts us. So their question is, how can corporate protect their franchisees? And the answer by Amon is by suing Ben. My God. And here is the video from...
I don't know all the specifics. I don't know why this whole...
Bam Stocks is under attack right now. The YouTube channel, give them some love. They're under attack right now by, I think, Josh. Josh is, like, trying to get their videos deleted. So if you don't know this, it's time... So, I don't know if... Can I go back? I can just click on the link again. So, their videos are getting copyright striked or falsely taken down. So, if you want a copy of these videos, which is, like, really good... oh, this is the whole audio. This is new. Like, every day I go to night at, like, 2 a.m. and I try to make a video on, like, the most current event. And then I wake up and something else has happened. And it's like, oh, God. Right? So, like, it's really hard to do this type of stuff. Like, really, really hard. Because everything is changing nonstop. Like, I wait till the last possible moment. But yeah, if you want to save his videos, it's time to save his videos because they are going after him, which, again, makes sense. Why? Because it's bad luck, right, for them.
I don't know all the specifics. I don't know why.
Oh, Alex says the highlight tomorrow is about the free audio recordings reacted to from that interview. Oh, yeah, good. In case you don't know, there's two types of videos. There's the type of video Alex does, which is really edited, very nice. People love it. And the type of videos where like I just get complaints over my microphone and balance. That's me at my home, you know, like typing away. So again, the much higher quality videos are coming from Alex.
Why this whole thing has been happening between the two of you. I'm getting two different stories from each one.
What is he possibly saying?
He's saying that he had.
Oh yeah, pause. I know Alex doesn't want me to talk on business, but I want to like explain to you like why it's important. And I actually had dinner with Goosey, and I was like telling Goosey about this. It's important to me that we grow as a YouTube channel, as a live stream, not for the numbers or the chats or the. Because once we reach a certain amount of money that we make from AdSense and donation, your very generous donations, we can actually start paying the team, right? And I want every member of my team to be paid fairly. And I want to give I think whenever I hire somebody, I want to give them a percentage of our revenue. Great point. You spend lots of times on this, and thanks. Just think how much time an attorney would need. Yes, correct. Think of how much time I spend on this. So an attorney would have to spend 10 times as much time on this. Wow, thank you for the $10, Laughable Larry. I don't understand why BAM doesn't just be out. I mean, that is the question. When I asked the bricks and mortars franchisee I talked to yesterday, no one understands from their side how come you're still doing this. Yeah, no one understands why. Okay, you made a mistake. You stepped on poop. Why would you just keep stepping on poop? So when this franchisee, I'm trying to get guests on, but obviously he's very afraid of corporate. We're trying to use like a voice changer thing. I don't like, but like hopefully we can get this franchisee, like this active franchisee, explain like how difficult it is right now to own a bricks and minifigs. But they're really afraid. They are incredibly afraid of the backlash. You see this backlash. You see how they treat Reckless. I mean, they are very scared. But they also want people to know the truth. The truth is, you pay all this money to corporate, expecting corporate to help your business. And this is what corporate does? So it's a monthly fee. It's paid. Do you know when the fee is due? Tomorrow. So do you know when that 10% is due? Guys, do you know when the 6% fee and the for franchise fee, and do you know when the 1% fee for national advertising is due? It's due tomorrow. And the discussion that I had with the franchisee was I don't want to pay it because I don't feel like they deserve that 7%. Right? So again, the fee that they have to pay, like imagine this. Your store, customers are yelling at each other, they're screaming, there's fights in some stores, there's blood on the carpet. And then, oh, hey guys, don't forget your 7% fee of revenue. Your business is declining. People are breaking in and robbing you because of this. And you have to pay, so it's 1% national advertising fee, gross revenue. Your suppliers are leaving you. No one is coming in to sell Legos. You're running out of Legos to sell. Your suppliers are dropping you. You're not able to refill your store of new inventory. And tomorrow, I confirm, tomorrow, you have to give them 6% gross revenue and 1% national average. Come on, that's sick. That's so sick. Like, this guy's literally destroying your company, and you need to give him 7% tomorrow. God, that is so bad, guys. It's gross revenue. It's gross revenue, yeah. Gross revenue. Tomorrow. Tomorrow is when the payment is due.
$100,000 worth of Star Wars Legos.
He did that. No, he did not.
Right. Never had that.
So officer, Duggan, this is Ammon. I'm with the corporate office.
This is the CEO.
Oh, hi.
So.
Oh hi. Oh hi.
What's happened is we had a former franchisee that entered into an invalid consignment agreement with a completely separate person. That person sold their Lego.
They pay every month. So the it's every month. It's every month. So for instance, June 10th, they would be paying for gross revenue off May. Yeah, they're monthly payments.
Lego sets and didn't pay the person that they entered. And this has nothing to do with Mr. Schneider. Mr. Schneider is just a YouTuber that got a hold of the story and then went to this guy and said, hey, if I can harass these guys and if I can do some stuff and get some money out of them, will you pay me some of that money? And that's what they're trying to do, is the individual who actually owes the money left the United States.
The problem is the police, the judge, the prosecution's office, they're only hearing one side of the story because Ben doesn't have a lawyer. Ben does not have a lawyer. So the only side these guys are hearing that they believe is coming from Alman.
They were one of our franchisees.
Yeah, Bubba Fat, $4.99, thank you. Whoever said there's no such thing as bad PR never worked. Yeah, bad PR is bad. Not every news report that goes viral is good for your business. I do want to get the guy on, but I do feel like it would put him in danger. I feel like just how revengeful how revengeful Ammon is. Ammon is really, really petty. And he could have just, at this point, it's not Ben's GoFundMe, it's Brian's. So I want to very much clarify that, like, people are saying this is Ben's GoFundMe. No, Ben needs his own GoFundMe. This is Brian's GoFundMe. Yes, it's Ben made it, but every penny goes to Brian. Let me repeat this again. Ben does not have a GoFundMe, right? He's not my buddy. He's just kind of a guy, we were trying to do a prank. I don't know if you could call it a prank. We were trying to, do, a Lego reselling video. But then I felt really bad. I felt, so bad for them, right? Because, So, they were willing to tell you. If you called their store today, they're willing to tell you everything. They told me. They just want people to know, that, this is, this is their livelihood. This is their business. At least the 5 stores I called, they all are family-owned businesses with kids. And it's sad what Amon done to them, man.
They were terminated as a franchisee for violating all sorts of rules. They then fled to Europe.
Correct. So even if Brian said, okay, take some money from me, legally, it cannot go to Ben. So even if Brian said, oh, just take the rest of my money, so if Brian settles with them, this money doesn't go to Ben. It cannot go to Ben. Legally, it cannot go to Ben.
Somewhere. And so we've been trying to deal with this situation. We've been trying to help the person up in Oregon, but because we found out later that they've been all working together to try and force some money out of us. So we've had our attorneys working on it. We've been in contact with the Marion County Sheriff's Department, the Marion County District Attorney, the Kaiser, and this is all up in Oregon. And then they started flying down here, coming to our corporate offices, and now they're heading to our staff and other individuals' personal residences to just
yes, Ben should and can set up a GoFundMe, so that's what he should be doing. I also need to get a new computer, so Scott, I guess we'll talk about Scott later, because I do want you to address some of the things Scott said and why they're not relevant.
With Josh for maybe.
Oh, cool. This is a new person. Who is Amasaurus? Oh, 2 years ago. Okay. Oh, two days ago. Oh, okay, interesting. Amasaurus is, okay. On 2/3/24, BAM opened its 100th location. Wow, so in 2 years, they opened 200 more locations. Holy shit. Josh was present and told creator Amasaurus that he wanted to own 25 to 30, 50 more. Whoa. Whoa. Why would Josh need to own that many locations? It doesn't make any sense. Okay, where's the audio track? No, English is fine. Oh yeah, I guess we'll just play on regular speed. I kind of want to play on like, but I found, where did the button go? Oh, sleeper timer? No, what's that? Okay.
5 minutes at the opening, he was like in this back room with a lot of like cool old retired.
Oh, there's Josh. Oh, Amasaurus went to the Salem location when they had the
sets, which is like obviously what we want to showcase in our video. And this was sometime in 2023, maybe like early 2024. But how I remember the conversation going was he said that he was there with Bricks and Minifigs, presumably corporate, to see how grand openings work, get a feel for things, kind of like experience it before he wanted to purchase a handful of franchises. My husband was there with me and he told Josh—
shit. That's the $700 Pokemon one Lego set I cannot afford. I can only afford the Eevee, which is like $60. Oh, I really want that Lego set now. Okay, whatever.
Josh, like, oh, that's so cool. Like, we know someone in San Antonio that owns 2 stores. That's crazy. That's really cool. Is that what you're looking to do? And Josh was like, no. More like 25 to 50, which is crazy.
25 to 50? Josh wants to own 25 to 50 stores. Holy shit. Josh wants to own, like, how do you even own that much? Like, holy moly, Josh is a big deal to these guys. Josh must be a huge deal, like, if he's going to own 50 locations.
It was crazy. Like, that's, the 100th Lego store had just opened. This guy wants to open 25 to 50. I feel like that's probably not happening now. I don't know how that's going for him, or if he actually...
This is not going well for Josh. It is not going well for Josh at all. He even lost these stores, apparently, according to the blog.
He ended up buying any other stores. He owned the one in Salem, the one that's featured in all the videos. And not only was 25 to 50 stores crazy to hear, again, like the 100th store just opened, but like that raised red flags to us because Bricks and Minifigs, the vibe there is that it's like family owned, it's local, each one has its own kind of personality.
Yeah. That's the vibe. That's what Bricks and Minifigs says all the time. We're locally owned, family owned, But motherfucking Josh owns all of them. Like, okay, that's weird.
They build their own community. It's not like McDonald's franchise where when you walk into a McDonald's, it's hopefully like this.
Oh, my God. This is like the argument we have in chat every day. Gosh, it's just a McDonald's. Oh, it's exactly like a McDonald's. Look, Amasaurus with 1 million subs is literally telling you it's not like a McDonald's. How many people in my chat have constantly told me that Bricks and Minifigs is like a McDonald's? No. It's not like McDonald's at all. And here's proof from Emma.
The same thing everywhere you go. Bricks and Minifigs is a little bit local, a little bit unique. And that was always part of the charm to it. So yeah, hearing someone wants to buy 50 stores, they're probably in it for the money. They're probably not there to help cultivate the Lego community in their local area. And that was kind of scary because...
Yes. Amasaurus is exactly correct. Now I understand. Okay. I got it now. Previously I had problems explaining why it's different from McDonald's. Every McDonald's is the same. They have the same food, similar prices, and same taste. They have the same decor. Bricks and Minifigs is not all the same. They will have different merchandise. Some will have $200,000 of retired Star Wars Lego. Some of them will have Disney. And as you heard from previous, some will have Pokemon. And as you heard from the previous Last Relic, he hates Disney. So Last Relic owned a brick and minifig store that didn't have any Disney in it, apparently, because he thought it was gay. So again, yes, this is exactly what I'm saying. At McDonald's, everything is the same. The menu's the same. The specials are the same. The discounts are the same. Everything is exactly identical. But when you go to bricks and minifigs, each one is unique. The inventory is different. Some of them are not going to want to get Disney. In fact, this one here, Last Relic, is anti-Disney. So they don't do any Disney trade. Some of them will give you better trade for Disney because that's all they want to sell. So this is how I would explain it. Everyone in the comments have always been telling me, oh, it's just like McDonald's. No, it's not like McDonald's. Every cheeseburger at McDonald's is supposed to taste the same as every other cheeseburger at McDonald's, right? The taste is supposed to be the same. The taste. Don't worry about your sauce packets or whatever this is stuff. Some will give you 6%. Some will give you 18%. Some will just straight up steal. Right? So when you go to the bricks and minifigs, you understand that this is not a McDonald's. You understand this is like every one of these owners is trying to do something different based on their location or based on what they perceive. If you think Marvel is cool, maybe you just have a bunch of Marvel. Laughable Larry. I love how Josh hates YouTube so much. Yeah, and Josh has got, over a period of time, Josh was probably the most famous person on YouTube when all those things dropped. You saw Moist Critical, you saw Asmongold, right? Okay, now we go to the interview. I think after this interview, I'm going to eat something because I'm tired and hungry. I want to eat something. But we do have to finish this interview. So Last Relic was actually in our chat.
What happens, and I would like to bring on an investor, and they still said no. I'm like, well, here's my other proposition. You guys are personal guarantors, right, for my location. So if I can sell you back the store, I stay on as a manager, then in 6 months from now, I don't care what the price is. I'll buy it for more than it's worth right now. Like, it's no problem. And they're like, all right, well, we have these two guys named Josh and Brandon. And they labeled them as like store rescuers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ironic, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, like these guys suck. So I was like, all right, like I'll sell you guys back the store. And you give me, they were like, let's do an inventory thing. And I do the inventory like 4 or 5 times. And then Brandon comes in. Same guy that you see in the video, like to take over the other lady's store. He comes in. And then he's like doing inventory, and I'm still there, like, and it was like mid-December, something like that. And then he's like, I can't talk about certain things until you get a certain letter. I'm like, a letter from who? Oh, it's gonna be from their attorneys and whatnot. And I'm like, all right, I'm waiting a few days, and then I'm like, hey man, I'm kind of feel like I'm being jerked around. Like, what's the sale? Like, what's the inventory count? He's like, oh, it matches your inventory completely. I'm like, okay, that sounds great. I'll get like, yeah, I'll get like possibly, I was thinking like 120,000. Out of it. I wasn't expecting much. I'm like, I'm not selling you the furniture or any of that stuff because like the goodwill parts of things.
Mm-hmm.
But like, let's just do the inventory and cool. And that's what I'll do again, buy the inventory back. So then I get this letter from their lawyers. It's like, we're terminating your contract. This is the amount we're like putting $70,000 in fines on you and all this stuff. And it apparently equaled out to my inventory count.
It does seem like Josh and Brandon are employees, right? They're acting as employees of corporate. So they get in there, they say, hey, we're going to take over your store. And he's like, okay, that's cool, but I want to be paid for my inventory. And they're like, okay, we'll do an inventory count. Now, surprisingly, the money you owe us is identical to the inventory count.
Pretty much. And they just said, like, you violated paying rent, which I never did. Like, I always paid rent on time. You violated paying royalties. I'm like, your accountants agreed on that, and you guys, the owners, agreed on it. And by the way, a lot of people don't know, Matt and Ammon, the CEO and the COO, they're the owners as well. They're not just like CEO and CFO and COO.
Correct. So they actually own bricks and minifigs.
So Josh and Brandon are like tools, basically?
Yeah, they're tools. Yeah. Like, in every sense of the word.
Yeah.
Just full-blown douchebags. Mainly Josh, for sure. Like, that's just a despicable human. He's insane.
Yeah,
He
I
is-
saw the police video that leaked, and that dude is.
Dude, when I met him, he walked in the store and yelled "Waka Waka." Like
Really?
I'm not freaking kidding.
Yeah, I mean, my argument is like I don't think Josh is like mentally all there, right? Like Josh is not all mentally there. It's kind of weird, right?
You like if you contact all my employees and the manager that they hired, they'll confirm my story. Like this guy is insane.
Just channeling his inner Fozzie Bear for no
leave. But no, I contacted my lawyers, contacted people I know, and they're like, hey, play nice, play ball. Stay there as an employee. And I'm like, all right, so I'm not getting any money. But then I was like, no, there's something off here. Right? But the owners weren't taking my phone calls at that point. And I get it. It was December, busy, whatever. Well, we worked through December, and they're still telling me, like, hey, we're going to make you a manager. We're going to keep you there so that. And then Josh and Brandon were saying that, like, they wanted to be partners with me. Where, like, I come on and also help rescue stores or just be at that store. They still weren't sure, all that stuff. And I'm like, and at this point, I'm still like, I don't know who these guys are. But
you're not Mormon, are you?
I am actually.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, trust
All
me,
right.
like they.
So he is Mormon. So they wanted to bring him on. So Josh and Brandon wanted to bring him on to continue their scheme.
They screw over anybody.
Wow.
But
Okay.
like the thing that's inflated about the whole Mormon connection, like first of all, everybody that goes to BYU.
There you go. Yes. So they screwed over another Mormon. So the two Mormons, Josh and Brandon, screw over Last Relic, who is another Mormon. So it doesn't matter who you are, you're going to get screwed over.
Who is not Mormon. And even in the Reckless Ben video, it's very quick, but they say like it's what's the guy's name?
Why did this video go private? Does anyone or unlisted? That's weird.
Brian. Like it's just his opinion that like it's a clan and they're all
Yeah, so you
coordinated
don't
or whatever.
Yeah, the video's
so
unlisted.
You pretty much discredit that whole narrative that they kind of were talking about in the video about like the Mormon mafia and all that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
and cops and
I
all
even
that.
lived in Utah. No, like,
okay.
And I have friends that are not in American Fork Police Department, but in other police departments in Utah that are
Okay.
Mormon and some that aren't. But like the way.
Oh, got DMCA'd? No, it's not a public video. It's unlisted. Oh, Jim, yeah, absolutely agree. Josh and Brandon equal Goon Squad. Oh, you know what? We got him delisted. Okay, we got him delisted. No. It was probably something we did. So last time, he made a statement about Disney Legos being gay. And we kind of... I had an issue with that statement. I had an issue with that statement. But I don't know if... Yeah, I think was it this exact video or was it a different video? But anyway, I guess we'll just keep going, but it was unlisted. This stream was reposted as a highlight. I think I was watching one of these videos. I was definitely watching a video. Oh, it was this video where he calls Disney gay. Okay. Interesting.
Well, all the videos I watched, in my opinion, it's like, all right, like they also manipulated the police. Because Ben is like, oh, I'm trying to do all this legally and the right way. That's pretty much the story we see, right? And then, Josh and Brandon and Emin are like saying that, like, hey, this guy is threatening them and they're harassing us, and it's all these lies. But if you're a police officer, you're gonna be.
So if I refresh, you're saying that it will be listed again? That's weird. Okay, whatever. I don't think it makes a difference for us, but it's interesting to know that it's been unlisted or unlisted? Unlisted. So that was, they want to be partnered. Last Relic is Mormon. Josh accuses Relic of stealing. Oh, jeez. That's what they accuse Crystal of. Josh accuses Relic of stealing Lego to get him fired.
From Carl, the manager. Oh, and by the way, twice they tried to fire me, accusing me that I stole Legos from the store.
With no evidence, I'm guessing.
Josh did, yeah. No evidence.
Yeah, it's funny because Josh said he was going to accuse Ben of he stole the Legos.
Dude, yeah. Oh my gosh.
No, dude, you stole the Legos.
Yeah.
Ben's sitting there like, oh, I stole the Legos. I'm trying to get the Legos back.
The guy's a lunatic. He doesn't even make sense in his own arguments. He is a whack job.
By the way, the Last Relic, just want to throw this out there. People in chat are asking, do you have a GoFundMe or anything that they could do to help chip in to help for any of those fees?
I do not. I do YouTube now for fun. I ain't making money, but I do. If you want, you can.
Yeah, most of us are not making money on YouTube. I'm making a little bit of money, but most people don't.
Overnight, and they're just tossing things in a U-Haul, shutting the place down. Okay. And so I'm like, so they didn't give us any warning, nowhere, so no time for the employees to go look for another job. And some of these guys, like I paid really well, and they worked 40 hours. And I'm like, some of these guys, like, this is how they pay for school. This is how they're, actually making a living.
Yeah, a lot of people, once these bricks and minifigs like go belly under, a lot of people are gonna lose their job. In fact, this person is jobless right now. They tried to find her a job, but she didn't want to hear anything of it. Oh, so like, Amanda lost her job, but I feel really bad for this person, and hopefully she finds like another job soon, right? The bricks and
you get $1 for being on camera, and then the raffle is $1 though. So would you like to pay $1 for the raffle? Okay, awesome. So here's your ticket.
Yeah, this person here.
Yeah, I know you guys do. You showed me one of them when I asked.
How we can get them back? Should
And then I think they did, and he's still upset about everything, which I get.
they reimbursed him for everything?
Yeah. Yeah, we don't have any of his stuff on the shelf.
So Reckless Ben actually called her, and they asked like, "How's it going?" And she was like in like complete trauma, right? So like it was on Reckless Ben. Yeah, she was very nice. Yeah, so the Lego Queen, yes, has lost her job, and which video they call it? I think it's one of these videos. They actually call her and see how she's doing, and she's doing very, very poorly. She said she loved it, and all of that stuff.
He's retired. He had money, but yeah. Anyways, so then I call him and I'm like, hey, what the heck is going on? And nobody is answering the phone. Like I just actually went there and talked to the guys over there, and they're like, oh, you could take like this TV or couch or whatever it was that we had over there. I'm like, all right, I'll take that stuff.
Yeah, so they're always like bargaining. Hey, we took your vintage Lego set, but why don't you just take anything on the shelves?
A month later, I'm like, I guess this is just like over. Like,
this girl was very mad at Reckless Ben and friends. I forget which one this it was. Like one of these videos, I think it's this one, right?
Here, like, what do I do? And he's also claiming that it's a civil matter because it's all bricks and minifigs. I think
like a big change overall for
Scientology was a cult. I knew it was Scientology because
I'm pretty sure that
make a living, right?
Oh, this is when they call her. Okay, they're calling her now.
I'm gonna stay quiet. I'm gonna be quiet. Do you think she's gonna answer?
I'm sorry, the person you were trying.
Nope.
You only rang twice.
No. I used to be in telemarketing. You just did she block me? I tried to call her twice. Oh, never mind. We're good.
You used to be in telemarketing. What?
Hey, what's going on, Caledonia? I don't know if you have my number saved, but this is Victor. If you remember, we went up there with Ben and
Yeah. What?
Hold on a second. I just called you just to like talk. I understand from your side, like there's a lot of stuff that happened, but look, remember when we had that great time out in the woods? When you just like, hey, you want to meet us out in the woods? That was awesome.
What do you want?
Okay, fine. I'll get to the point. I genuinely believe that you might have got swayed on the wrong side. And
Okay, first off, I don't even care anymore. I've already lost my job. I don't care. This is over and done with. I don't want anything to do with this.
hold on. Okay, I totally get it. Look, we actually do want to help you, actually, though. So, like, if you lost your job, like, we do want to help you out with monetary compensation. We really do want to like give you money for it, and like if you're like looking for another job, like maybe you can help us out with this whole like video, this documentary that we're making. And I know you don't give a shit about it, and you just want to like basically make a living, right?
I want to be left alone is what I would like to be. I'm done with this. I want to be left alone.
Okay, I will look. If you want me to, I won't call you back. I won't text you or anything like that. But I do want to let you know that we really are trying to do good for like this old man that's like lost his money, like genuinely.
Yeah, but like she's like a teenager. She's working on jobs. She's getting paid. She likes to do Legos. Like to her, like you have to look at her like perspective about it. Like this has adversely affected her life. She doesn't even know about. She's not on consignment. She doesn't even know about Brian Menzel. Probably that was before her time, right? Her manager is Amanda. So Josh and Brandon already took over the store before she was hired. You know, if she did take the money from Josh and Brandon, I wouldn't be surprised if Amon McNeff would have sued her as well. I'm actually not clear whether or not the person on the phone is being sued, because it could be one of these 5 people. It could be. So they've left a very open lawsuit because she could be Doe 1 through 15, right?
And maybe you don't care about it. It's whatever.
Yeah, so Josh is probably super pissed. She gave his number to these guys, because had Josh given Brandon's number, maybe this whole scenario is like completely different, right? Josh is a psychopath. So for content, they got the right guy, right? Yes, he probably has an NDA and confidentiality agreement. Again, she probably has an NDA. I assume all BAM employees have NDAs and non-disparage and really cannot talk more about this. So kind of they're calling her to talk to her, but she really cannot talk to anyone. It's even possible she might have even had an attorney tell her this. Oh yeah, you know BAM. You know how petty BAM is. I'm sure BAM has made her life very difficult. Like very, very difficult. Because she is the one who gave Josh's number to them. Had she not given Josh's number, obviously this thing plays out slightly differently. Or even completely different. She could be sued as well. Right? She could be sued as well.
Whatever. But like, I guess if you had to say, like, what's your take on it? Like, why are you upset in general?
Because I lost my job.
Do you need another job? Like maybe we can like get you a job that pays more? Like what can we do to help you out?
Yeah, so if Ben promised to blur her face and they didn't, I mean Ben's video has what, 5 million views on it? And then you think corporate is happy with her? Like, you know?
I loved my job, and
Yeah. BAM sent a cease and desist to like a 15-year-old and to a guy in high school. You don't think she's received letters from BAM already? BAM sent a cease and desist to a guy who was 15, who was like a free employee. Yeah, I remember covering this, yeah. I think it was on Reddit. I don't know where it is. It's in one of my YouTube videos, but they sent a lot of legal letters. I'm positive they sent one to her.
I understand that the corporation is shitty as fuck, but I loved my job, and I loved everyone that was involved in the job, specifically the customers and my coworkers. Owner, don't care. Corporate, don't care. There is nothing you can do. There's nothing I would want you to do.
So again, this is kind of the employee, right? This is kind of the mentality. Like, I love my manager. I love my coworkers. I don't know anything about corporate. I have nothing to do with corporate. I have nothing to do with the owner, right? Yeah, it sounds very depressing.
I want out of this. Leave me alone.
Okay, I will definitely leave you alone. If we're fighting for something good and they happen to close their store down, that means that like they're in the wrong though, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, no shit, but I don't care because it is not my problem.
Wait.
Yeah, so again, they're trying to convince her this is a good thing, but she lost her job that she really enjoyed. And she doesn't know too much about the other stuff going on, right? So like I said, you could have bad owner. Yeah, bad owner. But she seemed to have a great time working here.
So you know that they were doing wrong, but
Of course, they stole money from a fucking old man, apparently. Which, sorry for the cuss word.
It's fine.
That. I think he's fine.
So this is after Ben released part 1, and then it just explodes in time, right? And just so this is after, I'm sure many people are contacting her friends and family, saying, "Hey, did you know that you were in that video?"
I think he's like, yeah, everyone wanted him to get his money back. Everyone wanted him to get his Legos back. There was no one in my store who didn't want that to happen. It was corporate. I'm aware of that. I'm done with it. I don't work there. It is pissing me off. I'm done with it. I do not care.
Dang. See, that's what I told you. I think, like, we tried offering her a job at the new Lego store, and
Yikes.
she's like, I don't. So she's like, I'm pissed off at you guys because you guys got my job taken away. So we're like, okay, we'll get you a new job at a Lego store. And then, yeah, you're right. She just hung up with, like, right when you said that, she just hung up. So obviously there's something more that she's not telling us.
Dude, yeah, I don't
know
get
what
like,
it is.
I
Yeah.
she's very pissed off.
What more is, see, Bam is probably trying to sue her right now. So Bam is probably sending nasty letters. We know they do so in the past. We know that Bam can make life very miserable. And Josh is insane. Now you have Josh. Josh is like, how did you get my number? Well, it turns out there's video footage of this employee giving the number. Like, Josh is a psychopath. Imagine what Josh is talking to her about. She probably signed an NDA. She probably has a non-disparage. She probably has a non-confidentiality agreement. So, like, what more? I mean, again, it's just sad because, like, when these places go out of business, people cheer and they laugh, but there are human beings who are hurt from it.
A month later, I get a phone call from the property manager and the landlord, and they're like, "Hey, you missed rent." I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I'm not the store owner. They never took my name off the lease the entire time they owned it.
And it also seems they played games with the lease. So even though they bought back the bricks and minifigs, they left his name on the lease, and then conveniently stopped paying.
7 months.
Wow.
And so at least Josh and Brandon, for sure, they've been setting me up so that I'm left with the lease at the end of it. So the day they closed it was the day after their name of personal guarantors was off the lease. Like the bricks and minifigs.
This is the opposite what they did with Crystal. They put their name on the lease on corporate, and then Crystal couldn't do anything, and then so it looks like they have different strategies for different people. Some people, they get the inventory, they hire you as a manager, or pretend to hire you as a manager, and then they have your name on the lease, and when they want to shut down, your name is still on the lease, and they got you on the hook for that. For Crystal, it seems to be like the reverse almost, where Crystal wants her name to be put on the lease. They don't want to do it. And then when it comes time to kick Crystal out, they show the police that, yes, indeed, corporate's name is on the lease, not. So it sounded like this guy was being set up, but he didn't know at the time.
The owners of the company. And so then they left the lease with me, closed down the location, and then the property manager was like, "Hey, you owe us like $500,000 because you still have this many years left."
What?
Yeah, and I'm like, "What the freak are you guys talking about?" And there was other things that I apparently owed other companies that was part of that store that they decided to do some sort of partnership or contract that they never fulfilled or whatever it was. And so it was more than $500,000. But I was getting these.
So all these vendors. The site is the site is MS Bricks. Yes, thank you. So this is the young man who has been threatened by but there's other people who were threatened too. It's like he has been threatened by corporate to shut up, otherwise he will
Are featured in this video after the employees said that they put all the figures back into the bin, which into this situation after this warning, we will preserve this notice and your subordinate actions as a part of the record. The smart move is to step back, preserve everything, and get advice before doing something that may follow you longer than a video trend. Respectfully, Matt McNeef, Bricks and Minifig. I then responded a few hours later saying, "Hi there, thank you for reaching out. I did connect with Reckless Ben, and after speaking with him, I realized that it's not something I want to be involved with. Now that I've finished exams and am graduating this Saturday, I love to reconnect and continue the conversation we were having before. Would you guys be open to hopping on a call sometimes Thursday or Friday this week? Thanks, Malachi." Then today they responded to me, "Hi Malachi, I was just talking with the owner of the North Raleigh store. He said he would love the opportunity to meet you in person, have a conversation, and get to know you. He mentioned he loved one of your first major videos, trading up from a minifig, starting with a minifig maker card at his store. If you would be down to meet with him, we'd be happy to set up something. Tell me in the comments if y'all would like to see that happen, but for right now..."
So basically, he turned on Reckless Ben because they threatened to sue him. Oh, yeah, they also said that the guy was getting a heart surgery, and that's why he needed to, steal the Lego to pay for heart surgery, I guess. All right, so let's click out. Let's power through this, guys. We still have a lot to go through. We just got power.
Relic, would you mind telling us the city in Florida? That
the store that you...
It was in Lutz. On Oak Grove Boulevard. Yeah, and funny enough, it's been closed for a year. The banner of Bricks and Minifigs is still up there.
Wow.
Yeah, just an empty store.
So
it sucked.
So you're getting these phone calls. You're still on this lease.
Oh my God.
And where's it go from there?
So here's the good thing.
Do we do a nighttime stream? If CoffeeZilla's video comes out, do we do like a nighttime stream? Would people want that or no? If CoffeeZilla's video is ready to come out, I'd love CoffeeZilla. And CoffeeZilla has information that no one has. He's talked. So CoffeeZilla has been very up. He's talked to the McNeffs. He's talked to BAM Corporate. He's talked to Reckless Ben. He's talked to Brian Menzel. He's talked to Crystal. Yeah, it's interesting. We might do it. I might do it. Like, you gotta like work when the iron's hot. What's it called? Strike when the iron's hot.
I talked to the property manager. I'm like, can I talk to the owner of the plaza, because this is I don't have any money. Like, I explained the entire situation, the entire story. Obviously, like, I'm trying to like fast forward. Like, there's a lot of details in the story that I can't.
Okay, so that is, and then he takes money from his home to invest in the store.
Promise you could be a mom. And
that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And we even took money out of the house to invest in the store, like a month before all the, like, I got contacted by Josh and Brandon, those bastards.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you took equity out of your own house to invest in this, didn't get any of it back.
Dude, being a franchisee sucks. Okay, so like no one should ever buy into this anymore. Like every example of this is just terrible. It is so bad to be a franchisee of Bricks and Minifigs. He took money from his own home to put in the store. And then see how he's treated. It's crazy, right? Okay, 18?
Insane. A RICO case for almost 20 years in prison for him just being like, yo, give the dude the Legos back. You guys are pieces of garbage.
Yeah. And then we're going to try to put this guy in jail. And one of the store employees actually told them when they did that little Lego prize thing or whatever. Yeah. She literally said, yeah, right after you guys left, they were saying, how can we get this guy arrested? You know,
Bro, yeah, like people say like, oh, you should get better legal counsel, whatever. Like, in my opinion, contracts are like, this is really stupid of me. Like, I'm a word and handshake kind of guy.
Mm-hmm. No. You can't be a word and handshake type of guy, right? Like, as soon as Bricks and Minifig and Amon realizes, oh, you're a word and handshake type of guy, my type of Mormon, they're gonna kill you on the contracts. Like, I don't think Crystal read the contracts. I don't think this guy read the contracts. The contracts are 1,000+ pages long, guys. I don't think anyone has read. So they're just signing over their rights, signing over their livelihoods. And and no one has actually read anything, which is crazy. And even more crazy, they'll tell you, hey, I didn't read it. Then why did you sign it? You know, like, holy shit. Like, Crystal didn't read her contract either.
And I'm not like, I can't put my family through a whole legal thing, you know, even after all this story has come out. And people, like, in my opinion, contracts, like, whoever is the most dishonest and has the most money, regardless of your contract, is gonna win.
They win. Yeah.
Yeah, like
100%.
It's not who's right or wrong. It's what you can prove.
Yeah.
Like now, public opinion and the popularity and how many customers are gonna go back to Bricks and Minifigs. That's like I think the most important part.
If I had no idea what you were talking about, and I don't know all of these things. Nick
Coach hasn't done the deep dive like I have
I've
this
not.
week.
But if I didn't have any idea what you guys were talking about, if I just happened to pop in, I would assume y'all are talking about Disney.
Okay, now they're taking shots at Disney. Yeah. So I saw this, the unlicensed music.
I can't speak here.
I don't know. So this is a Star Wars fan channel, Echo-based network. Shout out to them. So they hate Disney. So like I didn't understand why they were attacking Disney so much, because I love Disney. My kid loves Disney. I think every kid does. But they are a Star Wars focused channel, and they don't like Disney. So like this is a new movie. I thought the new movie was okay. I didn't think it was bad. I didn't think it was good. Mandalorian and Grogu made $257 million. Handshake with alligators. Exactly right, Jim. You know, always make sure you have it in the contract. So these people really hate Disney. So, you know, obviously from this video, you can tell they're not big Disney fans. They're saying Disney sucks and, you know, leave Star Wars alone and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You know, so I really didn't understand, like, what their whole perspective was until, like, I actually went on their website. Isn't this the thing? Hold on. Isn't this just a... Oh, shit. Relic has the unedited version. So the version we have now is actually longer than this one. So they probably took out the things that we mentioned, right? Okay, interesting. So it looks like this is edited. Okay, and last but not least, huge shout out to Ristic Siphon. Oh, this is the last relic. This is him. That's him.
Here's the crazy thing. They told me that they took over that location because the owners were using the location to fund their heroin addiction.
What?
Yeah, and that's how they took it over, and saying they had like a pigeon in there that was crapping all over the Legos, and it smelled.
Hey, they took over the location because there was a pigeon crapping on the Legos. That sounds similar to why they took over Crystal's location, because there was like, I guess like drugs everywhere or something, like, you know, or whatever.
Smell bad, all this stuff.
This is someone who threatened to murder me just for trying to serve him papers. This is not a reasonable person. It is not reasonable to threaten to murder someone just for serving papers. A reasonable person would accept the papers, so that second checkbox does not meet the requirements. I even tried explaining this to one of the police officers early on.
What the law says is if the average person would feel unsafe by our behaviors. So I think he's feeling unreasonable.
Okay, so shout out to Last Relic, who was in chat yesterday, but obviously he cannot make chat today, given what has happened to Last Relic in chat. Okay. I think it's good. I think everything good is on teams. Working hard, yes. And, yeah, I'm gonna go eat. If CoffeeZilla publishes a video, If CoffeeZilla publishes a video, we might go live, depending on when he publishes. If not, we'll cover the video tomorrow, right? I feel like we're gonna cover the video tomorrow, and that might be... We'll, like, have, like, this type of stuff. It's very helpful to me. Keeps us organized and on pace. But I'm pretty happy. Yeah, thank you, Alex. I'm pretty happy with the pacing today. I think I'm getting better at doing this stuff. Right? I think I'm getting better at doing it. I do need like a new like laptop or something because I think mine freezes now. It's weird. But anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys at least by tomorrow, same time.